Welcome YouTube people to I Know Good, showing you how to not play the Division. I'm showing you my build first so you can see one of the reasons why I'm not good. I have a mixture of gear, none of it classified, maybe not put together too well. I've rolled everything already. It can't really change things to be optimized. I don't have more than 45 Division tech. I have less than 1,000 Phoenix credits, so I can do very little in terms of purchasing and upgrading. So I basically get stuck with the gear that I get from running around on the streets because I can't run missions on challenge mode. I was able to do that during the last global event, and I was successful at running Lexington and running Underground 1 phase. But after the buff was removed, I was unable to do that. And this morning I had many failed attempts trying. So the pinnacle of my gear set is that I use ninja bags, so I get the bonus of extra for whatever I'm using. So I run Tactician's Authority and Deadeye and one Nomad, so I get the benefits for all three. And I'm showing you each of my gear pieces with the rolls that I have, which maybe aren't very good. I've upgraded some of them. I've re-rolled into other categories for others just so I could get my talents to work. I have pretty good talents on my marksman rifle, and I have a submachine gun that works okay, and all the talents are unlocked, so that's a good thing. But I'm a little weak on toughness, and maybe a little weak on firepower. I recently redid this build and was able to take a little bit out of my marksman rifle and add a little bit on my submachine gun, which really helped me. But it's still a long way from being good, and you'll see that I really struggle with typical PvE content. So I'm just working on farming. I don't mind the occasional critical commentary if anybody has suggestions that they see that I need to do. But if it's just something like, oh, you're terrible, well, I already know that. So helpful hints would be appreciated. I'm just showing the mods that I have on my weapons. I tried to pick good stats just across the board. I don't really know a lot about how to really min-max, and I don't really have the ability to do that without the resources. So, and you'll see when I get done with the weapons that I will show you my character stats. And I went through the story missions, and I have done some Dark Zone, but I'm only up to 38. I have never killed another person in the Dark Zone. I've gotten killed many times one-to-one, been ganked by groups. I've joined groups and had them shoot me, and I just have no ability to defend myself, so I don't do it very much. And you see my underground is at 24, and I'm working on that. I can do hard mode, but not challenge. And my PvP is 2. I tried the last stand a little bit and died many times. Not too much fun. I wish it was more fun, but it's not. So I need to get better. So I'm showing the stats for some of my important statistics, and I am most baffled by my armor mitigation, which is only in the low 30s, and it should be in the high 40s or 50s. And I'm not really sure what to do about that because I've already done whatever I can do to my gear, and I don't have a lot of classified gear yet, so I can't really utilize it because it's the wrong piece for my build. I'm going to run through some gameplay in different pieces. It's all West Side Piers. I've cut some of it in doubled the speed where it's just some typical fighting that I managed through okay, so I can focus on the places where I struggled. Here's me going over the wall into the West Side Piers. This was after the PlayStation 4 crashed for some reason, and so I was trying to get back to where I had been. But you'll see after I clear out this first group, which is always spawning here, which makes it kind of a hassle. I don't have too much trouble with it, but it takes too much time. I will eventually just fast travel right to Pier 93, which is a good tip for beginners. You can fast travel to the Pier 93 and to the warehouse and to the carrier, just like you can fast travel to the camps. It saves you from going down to Camp Clinton and trying to work your way up the street if you have somewhere up north that you want to get to. So you'll see that's what I do here. Even though I'm not running resistance, I will leave there and go up, and of course there are groups that spawn as soon as you get out, and I kind of burned through that because it wasn't too challenging right here until I get to the point that's important, because I played the section upcoming very poorly. You see that I'm trying to work my way up to the warehouse up here for the event, and I do fine in the beginning, but I miss the I get the first Ninja Turtle, as Ricky calls it, and then I kind of do poorly with these. You see my aim is terrible, and luckily my recovery kicks in, although that's a waste. So, and you can see even with this shotgunner, I just am all over the place. I need to work on my aim. I'm not sure if my sensitivity is off or if I just need to practice. Probably both. And so I go up to the point, and this is where the drones are supposed to come out. And then they tell me they come out, and I just totally blank, and I don't see them, even though they're marked on the screen. And then I decide to switch to my marksman rifle, which is a horrible idea. And they're all over, and I just can't. You can see I can't aim worth diddly. And they go by, and then I chase them, thinking I might catch them around the corner, which of course I will not. So I run up here, and then I miss them, and they fail. So now I'm on the next thing, and that's where we cut to, and I have to again take care of a group that's spawned as I'm on to the next spot, which I do there. I get one of the caches because I complete one of the challenges, and then they want me to head up to the Shade data terminal, which I do, and then the little timer starts going off, and then I summarily ignore it, and I run too far away trying to get away from the mobs, and it fails. So now on to the next thing, and so I have to kill a bunch of people in the street again, and then here I am. I get to the point where it's one of those 3-wave events, and I'm going to speed up. I'm going to double the speed through the first couple waves because I can manage it okay. I mean, I'm not great, but I manage okay. So that's why I've speeded up the progress a little bit. I did try to go 4 times, and it's very unsettling, so I kept it at 2. But you'll see that I've gone through the first, and here I'm going to finish off the second, and I'm starting the third, and this is where you can see it starts to go wrong. You've really got to move around. And sometimes I get stuck, and you've got guys that are coming running, and because my aim is horrible, I just can't finish them off. I get that guy okay, but the other guy comes along, and because I'm messing around with him too much, between reloading, and I just do horribly at the timing, he falls down. I thought I took him, And that's when I'm spending time on him while the big boss comes out. And he's not so hard, and I run away, but the problem is I run right into a heavy group. And now I'm counting on my recover link, which kicks in automatically, but then I've wasted it. And now they're coming after me, and my aim is terrible, so I don't take them out easily. And they come down and start shooting at me. The people on the street are shooting at me. It's just a bad situation, and I've got nothing to do. And so I try to get away, but of course I'm already at the end of my rope, and I die. So here I am now. I'm at the carrier, and I'm going to work on another event. Yes, so it's nice the map marks that there's one remaining enemy from my last thing, so I can go and finish it. Seems easy enough, but as I go, I run into multiple groups, and it just takes lots and lots of time. And I manage it, but it takes me 10 minutes or possibly more. And sometimes they respawn, so you think you're cleared them, and then you go around the corner and they respawn because you ran away. But then here I am coming up to the last guy from the place where I died. I didn't realize there's only one left. And I take care of him. And I run around, and then I pick up the loot that was there that I missed because I died. So that was far too much effort for far too little in terms of reward. But that's very typical for me. So then you'll see here I speed up a little bit as I just run around and make sure I got all the stuff left over from the last go around with the shade terminal. And it really was only this one yellow at the bottom. So I'm off to the next thing. And I decide to go back to the camp, and I'm checking out the gear that I received, which isn't very much. I got one cache, which only gives me this Lone Star vest, which I'm not real thrilled about. And I go through a couple pieces of gear mod and weapon mod, which the weapon mod was pretty good. I might be able to use that, depending on what I've already got on and what I want to trade up to. I have way too many mods, and I don't have any idea how to go through them and get rid of the ones that I just don't need. I spend more time on managing my gear and my weapons than I do on my mods that are building up. But I really appreciate you watching my video. I would like to make a few more of these that show my poor performance in case it amuses you, though how easily it is that I die. I die frequently. Like I said, I don't know how many hours I've put in. I probably haven't put in as many people have, but I've been playing on and off for two full years, so I have lots of experience. Just not a lot of skill to show for it. I should probably look at my sensitivities and start practicing with different sensitivities and go to the range. But I also will try to put some maybe gameplay videos for other games. I have a couple other ones. I have some that I'd like to get. I am always behind the times. Whatever the current thing is for everybody else, I'm usually playing what was the thing last year or 2 years ago. I haven't even touched Grand Theft Auto and Fallout 4 and some of the other games that could be good. I just was able to pick up Horizon Zero Dawn, which I'm really excited about, so maybe I'll do that. And you can check that out. So I hope everybody has a great day and try to get out and do something other than games once in a while. Thanks.